Welcome to Closer Log number 3, a series where I showcase my project where I started for fun, and maybe, just a little maybe, it will make me a billionaire. The goal of ClusterStack, as I've been saying since the beginning of these vlogs, is to be a one-stop shop for immigration. A place where a person wants to migrate from the country they are to another one and doing this safely. So yes, it's been 1 year since I started doing videos on the app, about the app. And back then, when I decided to publish the first video, the idea was more to tease and showcase how I came up with the idea of a product and how I developed this idea into something meaningful, something that you can download and can have on a phone. So when I finished the initial build, it wasn't as good as expected because the UI wasn't so nice and there was a lot of improvement to do. Android wasn't working properly, and then a little after I started doing the videos, I launched the app on App Store and Google Play, but again I was facing a lot of issues that I have to fall back a little bit and stop doing videos and focus on fixing the application. After that, back in December, I've decided to go with a new approach on the UI, and I could redevelop the application, and I worked improving the workflow for the users. And that's the beauty of a startup, because you can start something and see that's not good and can just come back, scratch it up everything that you want, and then you can rebuild it. And for my luck, my infrastructure, my backend was a very strong part of the application that I could just rebuild the front end and reutilize what I have built before. So the same thing I'm doing right now with the recruitment, because back then I wasn't seeing much about UI as an issue, and I was developing along the way, and I was putting up a lot of features, developing a lot of features before I release it. And now I can just reuse the API calls and the endpoints I never use, and now I'm reusing, reshaping, remodeling, and refactoring. So that's why I've been stopping doing a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna go through more of the problems of recording, and at the same time showcasing my app and doing kind of a vlogging. And I'm trying to do this right now, but they're gonna do this approach later in a future video. But so for now, we have two topics to talk about. First of all is what's gonna come in the next build that I will release next Friday or Monday, and what is the bug that I found during the process of this new build. So I built a new Parallax. The home screen of the app has a snap point. So rather than you scroll up, scroll down, the screen would stop in a certain snap point, and then you could scroll the content in that view that was where you have the snap point. So the problem is it wasn't very useful for a lot of devices. So I scratched that for a little, and then I removed this snap point. I keep the scrolling, but then now I build the parallax into the home screen where you have this infinite scrolling, and then the animation is going to be doing the same thing, but then you can just scroll up and down, and it's going to be way nicer and smooth than the previous way to scroll up and down on the home screen. So that's the new Parallax. It's coming soon. It's coming in the next build. And also coming with the Parallax, I refurbished the listing of the jobs that shows on the app. So now you have the jobs be listed on the home screen and also on the social timeline. So the idea for that is because I have a major shift right now of the UI. As you see before, I came from a UI that was a lot of options and buttons, and I simplified a little bit, made a little bit more meaningful and useful. So I want to suppress everything in one screen. That's the idea, and I will be vlogging about it. That's why I put the listing, a job listing on the social as well, because then you can just go through the social timeline and you can list your jobs there. So there's a classic problem of works on development but not on production. So I released a feature on the browser where recruiters can go there and post a job, and this job is going to be listed into the app. And when a user goes in the app and if they found a job that's listed, they can apply for this job. And the whole idea is when the user applied for this job, our backend would collect the data from the user and send this as a CV to the recruiter through email. So the problem was when sending the emails, on development, we could find the file really quickly, and then the backend find the file that is a template file, and then fill this template file with the information and send this to the recruiter. The problem is when this server starts working on production, it wasn't finding the template file. So I have to work it out again, back and forth, and see which is the best way to have this file path to actually get this template file, whatever, in any environment you want. So that's fixed right now. And then if you go to the ClusterStack.io, download the app, and then you see some job that you can apply through ClusterStack. So when you apply for that, your CV that you fulfill, your portfolio that you fulfill on the app, gonna be sent it to the recruiter. I think that's it for now, and in the future I expect to vlogging more, and I want to continue vlogging about the recruiter mode, and but first I will show as well the new UI, and I think this is pretty much it, and see you next.